And greetings, followers. This is weather prognosticator and meteorologist Chad Merrill from the Hagerstown Town and Country Almanack with the spring outlook. As I did it with the WRGG-FM 93.7 in Greencastle, and a special shout out to Dave Kipp, who had me on this morning. And this is a recap of the information for Franklin County, Pennsylvania, as well as an outlook for the entire U.S. The strong signal going forward through the early part of March is the Madden-Julian oscillation, which is likely going to fluctuate between phase 3 and phase 4. Highlighted in both of these graphics is where the eastern part of the United States is located, and we typically see that a common feature with phase 3 and 4 is a high pressure off the east coast, and that will bring very warm temperatures ahead of cold fronts, followed by a very transient chilly blast behind these fronts for the early part of March. But once we get into March, we should be in phase 4, which favors very warm temperatures. Also, the polar vortex has been pretty strong all winter and is expected to be strong all spring. This is an indication of the wind component around the polar vortex. And any time it's above this thick blue-black line, that means it's above average. In other words, the winds are quite strong, and this is the historically highest period of winds or strongest winds during this time period from January through March. So yes, the polar vortex is unusually strong for this time of the year, and traditionally it always goes through a final dissipation stage in the spring. But when it comes off of a heightened state or very strong state like it is going forward through the early part of the spring, we tend to see a very warm March, and then as it breaks down and unleashes cold air from the Arctic, we tend to have a cold April and a cold May across the Cumberland Valley, and that typically follows suit across the northern plains. But notice we have very warm temperatures out west through the springtime, and unfortunately that will contribute to enhanced drought for that region. As we look at the rainfall departures from average with a late season stratospheric warming event, that's when the polar vortex breaks down, we do see a common outcome here with above average rainfall in the Tennessee Valley, near average in Greencastle, below average in the Plain States, which will unfortunately ignite many wildfires, so an enhanced wildfire risk in the Plain States this particular spring, and also not too much in the way of above average rainfall in the Southwest and California, so the drought will expand in that region. When we have a weak La Nina like we are expecting for the spring, we tend to have above average rainfall in Pennsylvania, so we will likely start the summer in Greencastle with near to slightly above average rainfall going into the summer months. We have a risk for below average rainfall across the Midwest and also in parts of Texas. So unfortunately the wildfire season is not looking very good in that region. Locally, though, in Greencastle, the brush fire danger risk in spring is low. However, the historic period of lowest relative humidity in Franklin County occurs when we get those warm days in April, but we don't have the leaves on the trees just yet, and those leaves in the vegetation contributes to the humidity. So we are expecting the lowest relative humidity in Greencastle to be April 13th through the 16th and the 19th through the 23rd. This is also the time period when we get the biggest swings in temperatures. Morning lows starting out cold in the 20s and 30s, afternoon highs near 80. We do expect that biggest temperature swing to occur very close to climatology, April 8th through the 17th. So again, this was recorded live on WRGG 93.7 FM in Greencastle, Pennsylvania, and a special shout out to Dave Kipp, who had me on today. But this is a special preview here with some graphics inserted as well as we look at the spring outlook for not only I-81 but other parts of the country. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.